All right, so this is my ride from the New Wheel in San Francisco down to my hometown in Redwood City. I've kind of sped up some of the shots with me biking, so it doesn't kind of take quite as long. This is about a little bit less than a 3-hour ride, about 30 miles or so. Obviously very urban at parts, and then sometimes at parts a little bit less urban or on bike trails. It's just kind of there so you get an idea of what it's like to ride. This is kind of almost from a kid's viewpoint on a GoPro Hero 10. First time I'm taking videos of this as well, so you can kind of see what it looks like in, I think, 4K. The battery only lasted an hour though.
All right, so I'm just about 10 miles in to the 30 or so miles I need to ride. It says I got 2 hours left, which is not good because that means it actually will take me 3 hours. The original estimate was about 3 hours, 7 minutes. So we'll see how we can do this and get home quicker than that. I don't have enough space on the video camera, but I might have to stop it a little bit more.
So as you can tell, I don't have the full amount of time to just record it and take it the whole way, so that it is kind of cutting in and out. And this is after I'd gotten out of the city. I lost a lot of the footage, or I didn't take a lot of the footage when I was actually in San Francisco. So what you're looking at here is kind of spliced footage, but chronological as I'm going down the peninsula in California, the Bay Area. Just kind of taking the twists and the turns the way it comes, and trying to stay safe with the amount of traffic that there was. It looks like a lot of traffic, but it honestly wasn't, probably, for the day I was riding, and you know how much it felt. So this is what you're currently looking at right now. I think I'm passing Kaiser and Daly City, and then I'm gonna connect up with a trail that I was actually eventually kicked off of because I shouldn't have been riding this bike, an electric bike, on that trail. So a lot of that footage is lost because the park ranger kind of stopped me and said, "Hey, listen, you can't have this." So he let me keep biking on it because I was about halfway through this 6-mile trail on that. But I did it without motor, which added substantially to my time. So the whole time, the 30 miles or so, was about 2.5 hours ride time, but a lot of that was extended simply because of riding about 4 miles without the motor. And it wasn't bad. It was pretty flat. It wasn't like I was going uphill or anything. And it was probably better because it's just safer to drive without a motor when you have pedestrians every once in a while walking your way. of the entire ride, this looks kind of interesting, but I think this is honestly one of my most boring parts of the ride. I think this is Daly City or San Bruno or something. It just was not that much fun to ride at this part of the ride. It wasn't like it was hard because it was uphill. It just seemed pretty flat and boring. I just want to say that. Of all the parts of the ride, I think this is one of the most boring parts. So there's a deep cut right here in the video. I rolled over something and then the GoPro kind of tilted down, and I hadn't, here I'm rolling over right here, I hadn't really noticed it. And then the camera just kind of took a photo of the inside of the carriage, and I didn't think you guys would be too terribly interested in it. This is a fun part of the ride. It looks like I'm going fast, and I actually am. I'm glad that cop over there didn't stop me. And there's some guy over here on, I think it was like a rad powered bike or something. I think we both got a kick out of each other's bikes. But this is actually kind of a fun time coming out of more of the urban area onto that trail I had talked about. It just started going downhill, and it was just a kind of a fun part to ride. There weren't a lot of cars over here, and you get going a little bit fast. I think right here, I think I'd made the wrong turn. I had to turn back around or something. You might be seeing this in the video. Good handling on the on the bike. I kind of just turned right around and kept going for it. But this is about the area where I started hitting up with the trail again. All right, found my bathroom. So getting back on the bike, and we have about, it says an hour and 41 minutes left, 19 miles. Been going for about an hour so far. So we'll keep going. So this is that trail I've been talking about. Is about 6.5 or 7 mile trail. About halfway through, I figured out I shouldn't be on it with this bike. Motorized. It wasn't very well signed. It is a multi-use path technically, and I was not going too terribly fast. I think it looks like I was going fast because I sped everything up in the video. But I always try to slow down when I go by people and be a little bit more courteous. The thing about the Riese Müller Load 75 is it has a horn though, and not a bell. And if I had to go on this often, I'd probably get a bell. The horn is really more for cars. I think it's abrasive for individuals and it kind of scares them or spooks them. So I end up not using it much and just trying to talk to people as I pass or engage them. Yeah, this is not an ideal time to be on this type of a trail. It's a Saturday or a Sunday, I think, and people are out here recreating. Even though it is a multi-use trail, it's just not ideal for any sort of e-bike. So.
All right, well, I got busted by the park ranger. Google Maps told me to go on a trail. It is a multi-use trail, but limit's 15 miles an hour. So now I got to bike 3 miles, no motor, with a 75-pound bike with the batteries. Probably add a little bit of time, but I'll probably turn off the camera during that too, so that hopefully have enough camera footage for the whole way. Bye. All right, got about 12 miles to go. Been on the road for about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit less than that. And it's about 12 o'clock where I thought I'd be home. So we'll see. I think I can do 12 miles in much less than an hour on this bike, but we'll have to test it.
So this is on Kenyatta Road, which is a lot of bikers on this road, I think, in normal times, especially on the weekends. I think that's where we are here. Maybe we're not quite. Yeah, this is Kenyatta Road. This is where a lot of people stop at Edgewood and Kanata to kind of get on their bikes and get going. This is pretty close to my house. You just go through Woodside and you drop down on Woodside Road into Redwood City. This is unfortunately where the video stops because I ran out of my hour battery, but this is kind of the home stretch for me. Again, I did the ride in about 2.5 hours. Super fun. Not something I always have time to kind of dedicate to, though, and probably wouldn't be a great ride with the kids just because there's no good pit stops or anything. But I'll just let this video finish, and you can see where my battery died. Oh, so close to home.